topic was more on Jesse Owens in the 1936 Olympics. We kind of did, like, about his life and stuff. And he always loved running ever since he was, like, a little kid. And he had got a white man to coach him, which was really weird back then when he was, like, 11 or 12 or something like that. And he couldn't go right after school because he had to work and support his family. But after work, he would go every day, and this man would coach him. And then when he got into high school, he worked with him even more, worked on Sundays and everything. He got him to go to extra track meets. He taught him his first lesson in racing by taking him to a horse race and by teaching him to be humble when he's running and not to try to outstare him when he's running. And then he went to Ohio State for running when his coach got an assistant job there.
At Ohio State, he was like All-American runner. He set a record winning 8 NCAA tournaments, like track meets. And on one day, he set 4 records for running, jumping, and like 4 records pretty much on the same day, which has never been done before. And yeah, but he was like one of the best runners ever at Ohio State University ever. And then after he graduated, he was still in college when they called him up to the 1936 Olympics.
And there he won 4 gold medals in the long jump, which back then they called it the broad jump, and in the 100 meter, 200 meter, and 4x100 meter. He was favored more by Hitler than by the president. Like when he come back to the United States, FDR did not even acknowledge his achievements.
That's still during segregation.
When he was in college, one of his records they didn't count because they said the tailwind was too strong, so they didn't count it. So I think they tied it with the record.
Yeah.
And his long jump record, when he did that in college, he set a white rag at the previous world record, so he knew how far he had to jump. And they said he soared over it with ease.
You know, when he set the 100-meter record, like back then it was 9.4, which stood for like 40 years until just recently it was broken. So it was a long time since it was broken.
And the whole time of that track meet, he was having back problems and pains and all kinds of stuff, and he still did all that.
They called him Jesse Owens, but his name was really James Cleveland Owens.
Jesse Owens was a world-class Olympian who set many world records. As a kid, a white man had offered to coach him in running, and his coach made him better, taught him to run and taught him to be humble. His first lesson after he lost a race was to run like a horse. Don't try to beat your opponent by looking confident, beat him by doing and put all your energy into running. Just focus on running and you will win. When Owens got to the Olympics, he was treated better by Hitler than FDR. FDR didn't acknowledge him, whereas Hitler did. After the Olympics, Owens' life went downhill.
This is me as a commentator commentating Jesse Owens running the 100-meter dash. And
where's that at?
On the road. And this would be a Jesse Owens that's running.
Yeah.
He lost some skin color.
Folks. Jesse Owens is now stretching for the 100-meter dash. Will he win it this time again? Oh, he got a bad start as always. But Jesse Owens never gets a good start. He's in front of everybody. There's nobody behind him. Oh, 20 yards from the finish line. There he goes. He just crossed the finish line. Jesse Owens has won first place in the 100-meter dash. Jesse, how do you feel? Tired. There you have it, folks. Jesse Owens is tired after winning the gold medal in the Olympics.
That was like 15 seconds. I'm tired. Real tag. Looks like Andreas.
Hi, my name is Jesse Owens. I was born in Alabama. I made history when I won 4 Olympic medals in the 1937 Olympics. During the Olympics, Hitler was trying to not let anyone who was not white compete. After the Olympics, I didn't get the respect I think I should have got from the President of the United States of America.
Scroll down.
An odd number, too.
But the wrong year.
An odd number.
Oh, I didn't know.
They've never had an odd number.
It messed up.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, it
I'm Justin Gonzalez. I'm here with Billy Collins, who witnessed Jesse Owens win 4 Olympic medals. Billy, what was the first thought that came to your mind when you saw this happen?
I didn't know what to think. I mean, he was running so fast, it was just like a streak of light, or even lightning. But without the thunder, I mean, it was crazy.
Why do you think he's so good at what he does?
He's gone to practice a ton. That's my only guess. He had to have been doing it his whole life, something like that.
Do you think we'll ever witness another performance like this?
I don't know. I mean, it's possible with the invention of steroids, but my God, that was just crazy to watch somebody run that fast and just crazy.
So you stayed and watched the Olympics. Where are you from again?
From Texas.
Well, Steve.
Dude. Is that the interview it took like 20 times to do?
Yeah, because he kept messing it up.
Abe?
My book is called Night by Elie Wiesel. Elie was born on September 30th, 1928. Inside a small town in Transylvania that was then part of Romania but became part of Hungary in 1940. Eli's Jewish family was highly of Jewish tradition. His father, Shlomo, a shopkeeper, was very involved with the Jewish community, which was confined to the Jewish section of town, called the shtetl or ghetto. As a child and teenager, Wiesel devoted himself in the study of traditional Jewish texts. They were taken to concentration camps.
That was Caleb's book review.
Yeah.
It sucked.
This is Caleb interviewing Jesse Owens.
Looks like Alice Campbell.
I'm Caleb Adams, and I'm here with James Owens. So tell me, how'd you get your name Jesse?
Well, as a kid, my nickname was JC, and when my family and I moved up north to a better school and better places, my teacher asked me what my name was, and why I said JC. She had thought I said Jesse because of my accent, so the name stuck, and it's just what I went with.
So when did you first start running?
I've run ever since I was a kid. It's what's always felt natural, and I finally perfected my form and got a lot better when I went to the University of Ohio.
How did it feel when you first got called up to the Olympics?
I was in shock. I couldn't believe it. It was amazing, and that was probably the first moment I ever realized that I could actually make something out of running.
Probably felt good when you won that first Olympic medal.
Yeah, it was great. I couldn't believe it.
You went along to win four, didn't you, altogether?
Yeah, that's right.
So how was Hitler over there in Germany?
I know he wasn't the best guy, but he actually did treat me better than FDR did. He acknowledged I won where FDR hadn't, but I still didn't get to shake Hitler's hand.
How did it feel whenever FDR did not recognize your achievements?
It was sad, and it was really upsetting to me. And I kind of felt a little betrayed because the president of my own country didn't even acknowledge I had done something amazing.
Well, looks like we're out of time.
Hello, people of Oregon. You are watching Channel 46 News. It's February 19th, 1942.
Are y'all done yet?
I read Triumph, and it was about pretty much like his whole life.